Hey screeners, how you doing? Okay, it's 2016, we're here with a new show. Let me first do the introductions. I'm Anthony Jordan.
I'm Nico Lero.
Okay, new show as delivered and promised. Here we go. For 2016, the Silver Screen dudes have always professed to know everything. Yet we disagree on stuff. So this is where you guys are going to come in and help us. So this is called Silver Screen Versus. The whole concept is we're going to take two elements of stuff that we as the Silver Screen dudes have always kind of disagreed on. And we will put to a debate as to which is the best. And we're going to go for the absolute long-standing one, I think, that has stuck between us forever.
Oh, yeah.
I think just short of video games, this has been, and football teams, this is the big one for us. Yes, as you can tell, he's there. The poster's behind him. Nico Luro will be representing Star Wars. And
The champ!
I shall be representing the Enterprise with Star Trek.
And we've done a coin toss off of camera.
Yes.
I won the coin toss, and I would like to hear. So, wait, let's just break down the way this is going to go. So the show is we're each going to get 1.5 to 2 minutes to explain why. First off, I'm going to go, or he's going to go and explain why we think ours is better, what's great about ours. Then the other person will explain what's great about ours. Then the person who started will rebuke and have the same amount of time to say why that person's sucks.
Sucks may be strong, but yeah. Why we
Oh,
disagree.
it won't be for me, mate.
I don't doubt this.
And why the other person sucks. And then we're going to put it to you guys. And we need you guys to help and tell us who won this.
Yeah.
All right? So, AJ, without further ado, in 3, 2, 1, off you go.
Okay, right. Star Trek. First of all, I'm going to put it out there. I am not the biggest Trekkie out there, but I'm more of a Trekkie than I am a Star Wars fan. I come from a house of Trek. Dad, I'm doing this one for you and every other Trekkie out there. I believe Star Trek to be more serious than Star Wars, and it's not an insult when I say this. You can relate to the alien forms more than you can with Star Wars. You have... You're gonna go with this, right? I believe, as much as I have nothing against the Death Star, the Millennium Falcon, I love an Enterprise ship that is there. The story, the basic... Star Trek was out first, right? Star Trek was a TV series, and this is where a lot of people say, oh, it's aged and it's gone different. Let's take like for like. The first Star Trek movie against the first Star Wars movie, and probably Star Wars would win. Wrath of Khan versus Return of the Jedi, Empire Strikes Back. Now we have a real battle on our hands.
Oh.
You're there. Oh. I know.
You got a minute left.
I've got a minute left, right? This is unbelievable. Guys, look at the aliens that you get in Star Trek. The concept of it, exploring new worlds, it goes further and wider than Star Wars ever could, personally.
Oh!
Teleportation! It's sci-fi at its best. And do you know what? I believe, and Star Wars fans are going to really shoot me for this, you guys reach and say that it's not sci-fi, it's sci-fantasy. I believe it all falls under the sci-fi bracket. I don't care which way you look at it. You're talking space, you're talking mind control. It's all science fiction. Fantasy is fiction. It's science fiction. Right, have I still got time?
You got 20 seconds left to tell me why Star Trek is great.
Captain Kirk, Jean-Luc Picard, we have it all. We even have, I would say, the biggest threat known to space. Yes, the Jedi can do a lot, but yes, go and laugh. The Borg are there. Live long and prosper, Captain Spock. I believe Star Trek helped influence
2,
Star Wars.
1, and over to me. Right, why is Star Wars the best thing? I'm sorry, the Borg.
No rebuking, defending.
No rebuking, defending. Why is Star Wars the best thing ever? Star Wars created a galaxy far, far away which conquered the entire universe. Star Wars created the most iconic villain of all time in Darth Vader. Star Wars created a true culture for each planet, the Twi'leks, the Celestins. Star Wars created iconic characters which you'll always remember. Han Solo, Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia. Star Wars created incredible ships, the X-Wing, the A-Wing, the TIE Fighter, the Falcon. Star Wars created the Sith, the Jedi. Star Wars created, beyond doubt, the most iconic weapon of all time in the lightsaber. Star Wars has just broken every single box office record known to man. Now, I know you're going to go ahead and say box office results don't necessarily mean quality. Fine, but what that does show is that there is a huge conglomeration of Star Wars fans that rule the Trekkies. Star Wars rules the galaxy. Star Wars it's a great story for everyone. It's that impossible story of how magic, in this case the Force, can run through us all, how that can be used for good and evil. It is the classic story of good versus evil. It's the classic story of a boy becoming a man in Luke Skywalker. It's that classic revelation, I am your father, the biggest moment in cinema history, and I am out of time.
Okay, right. Why am I going to rebuke you? I agree with many things. Box office, the lot. Even the biggest villain. How can I say this? Alright, where will I go against it? It's for everybody, yes. Star Trek isn't about good versus evil. Fair enough. I've completely gone back, but here we go.
Oh, you better quick.
Shit.
Minute and a half.
Pause it, give me a sec.
No.
Okay, alright, cool. I'm against Star Wars because... Bloody hell, Nick. No, it's been a long night. But here we go. Right, I start again. You had so many good points. I will never discount anything. Do you know my biggest problem? People talk about the Force. This is where I'm at. I'm finally back on. Right. People talk about the Force. I believe, without a shadow of a doubt, you needed the prequels to emphasize what the Force was about. As much as you guys know they stink, that's the point. You needed the prequels to emphasize the Force. So this whole thing, it's a fabricated fascination. You guys had to go out to the books and what have you. Star Trek in itself has gone 10 movies strong without really calling a major stinker. There was 3 stinkers in the world of prequels, right? We've gone so big. There aren't Jean-Luc Picard and William Shatner, Captain Kirk have both aged. We've rebooted. It's such a big franchise that it rebooted.
30 seconds.
So that's where I'm going to go for. It's got worlds. You guys created a universe. We can go far and beyond to boldly go where no man has gone before. Beam Me Up, Scotty is it's big. It's just as big as I Am Your Father. It is known to the casual fan. I don't care. Go for it. Right,
You've got 10 seconds.
Star Wars is good. I will not knock that, but it's not realistic enough.
And you are out of time. Okay, so first of all, Beam Me Up, Scotty in no way, shape or form is as big as I Am Your Father. It is the biggest scene in cinema history. You cannot even put Beam Me Up, Scotty into the same bracket. It's popular, it is not I Am Your Father. Now, where Star Trek sucks is because it created a world of movies that you talk about the prequels, right? Star Trek wouldn't exist without the TV show. Now, let me give you an example about how bad the prequels were. When people talk about, Star Wars fans talk about how bad the prequels were, they use the Star Trek TV show as a reference. Oh God, it looks like Star Trek, it's so bad. That gives you an idea of what we're talking about when we call bad. And yes, you're absolutely right. The Force was a bit overblown in the original trilogy. Hey, I said it, big Star Wars fan right here. But it's right, the original lightsaber fight between Ben Kenobi and Darth Vader, wasn't the best, but it was much more a question of, it was a feeling, and that's what the Force was. Now, you're right in saying that the prequels showed the true power of the Force, and that's one of the redeeming things about the prequels. I don't like the prequels, but they do have some redeeming qualities. Darth Maul, Qui-Gon Jinn, Ewan McGregor's Obi-Wan was great. Seeing Yoda fight, how the actual Empire was created, all of these things are things that were relevant. Now, granted, they messed up the Darth Vader story, but they're actually fixing that now within the Star Wars Rebels TV show. And I'll tell you another thing, diss the prequels all you want, J.J. Abrams did the only good Star Trek movies around, and J.J. Abrams is also the man responsible for getting us back on track. Last point, I've got 20 seconds left. If you even think that Wrath of Khan compares to The Empire Strikes Back, you've smoked something, mate. Star Wars is the biggest movie of all time. I'm not saying it's the greatest, but it is the biggest franchise of all time. There is a reason for this. And I'll give you the last 10 seconds, but no, we're out of time. So, okay.
Right.
Over to you guys.
I put it over to you guys. I will be honest, and I apologize to every Trekkie out there for my mind gap. It's out there. Star Wars, Star Trek. Put the points out, guys. I failed on this one. I'll put it to you. You probably won in terms of debate, but the Trekkies are out there. You guys have to come out.
Star Wars.
Which is the better one?
Star Trek or Star Wars?
Yeah, put your points out.
Tell us why. Leave your comments below. We don't want to hear, this is crap or that's not good. Tell us why you think so. There's no wrong answer, but just tell us why you think they're bad. So which do you prefer, Star Trek or Star Wars? Let your feelings be heard. Wrap it up.
Right, okay, guys. Yes, as well as this, the Silver Screen Dudes deliver absolutely everything, and it can be found on all platforms, be it Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, and obviously here on YouTube. We deliver news on the social networks. We deliver entertainment when it comes to the YouTube and podcasting world. So until the next time, I'm Anthony Jordan.
Be sure to check out, we've got a different show for each day of the week, Monday through Saturday. I am Nico Luro.
Signing out.
See ya.